Hi, I'm Kayla. I'm from Ukiah, California, and I study counseling psychology. I'm in my master's program right now.
Hi, I'm Elijah. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I'm studying to get my master's of business administration.
At what moment did you realize that you truly loved your significant other?
So I first realized I loved Kayla when we would spend a lot of time on FaceTime because we hadn't met each other yet in person. So there was one night in particular we were up. It was my like 4 in the morning, her 1 o'clock in the morning. She's all the way in California. We were listening to music together on my laptop. So I had my laptop playing music, and then she was on my phone, and we were just singing and laughing and all that. And that's when I realized I was like, man, this could really, you know, I really love this girl, you know.
That's so funny. I was gonna say that exact moment.
Are you joking?
I was literally gonna say the moment we were listening to music on your laptop and we were singing, laughing, having a good time, and it was really late.
That's crazy.
Wow. Okay, so mine was the exact same moment. We were on the computer. It was super late for him, pretty late for me, but the 3 hour time difference, you know. And we were listening to like all our favorite artists, and that's how we like met on Instagram, was through an artist that we liked. And so we were listening to that album and then another album and another album, and I was like, wow, like first of all, like I feel comfortable singing in front of him, which is something no one ever gets to hear. And then second of all, we were just laughing and having a good time. And I was like, yep, this is it for sure. It's probably like what, week 1?
Yeah, like a couple days.
It was like a few days into talking. It wasn't very far into it, so.
In what way does your significant other love you that you really appreciate?
So Elijah is a very quiet and like pretty mellow person. When he has his little like spurts of energy of like on our way here we were blasting music in the car, dancing, windows down, not caring. It's like moments like that where he's just himself and he doesn't care about anything. And I'm like, ah, there he is. Like I found him, he's back. So yeah, I'd say those moments, but it's just when you're yourself, you know? I'd say that.
Kayla is very considerate, so I know in all of her actions, she's thinking of me, she's thinking of us, before she thinks solely about herself. And that's one of the things to me that's very important because, you're not ever going to find something like that, in more than one place. You'll find that in maybe your parents, if they choose to stick around, or it's just priceless to have that in someone else. So
No.
that's what it is.
If you could go back to before you fell in love, what advice would you give yourself about this relationship and love?
So for me, what I would tell myself even before I met him, because I loved you pretty quickly, was, or it would be like, be patient, trust in yourself. I think I learned to trust in myself more than anything because of just past relationships and all that. Take what I got, the positives from what I've got from the past, leave the negatives. And also for me, it was like understand that God works through other people, because we would not have met if that didn't happen. Like we met through a friend's parent. Like that's how it was. And so if we didn't take care of ourselves and pay attention, at least if I didn't take care of myself and pay attention to my own mental health and my own physical health and all of those things, then I may not have been in a position to be able to be as happy and well that I am with you. And just trusting my own judgment, trusting that I am capable of taking care of myself, and I am capable of finding someone that's great. Because I thought, I'm not gonna find anybody. But like trusting myself and knowing that God works through other people and not just through me and not just through the people, like immediate people that I know, because it was through people that I didn't even know at the time. So patience and trust, I would say those two things.
So I would say I learned that I need to be able to come out of my shell more, because it was something that I really struggled with before I met Kayla. So like, in past relationships and friendships, I would, I'd hold back parts of me for whatever reason. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to experience rejection or whatever. But then when we met, and she's just been so super accepting of who I am and every little weird part of me that leaks out from time to time, and it's just been nice to have her, because I've noticed changes in other relationships of mine as well. Like, I can feel more myself when she's with me around different people, and I feel like that strengthens some of my relationships too.
Look into your partner's eyes and tell them why you love them so much. They deserve to hear it.
Kayla, I love you because you made me want to be a better person. You've changed my life for the better. I believe that. You deserve to hear that, because you are an amazing person, and I know that you do the same thing. So that's why I love you.
Aww. Well, thanks. I love you too. Elijah, I love you because, there's so many reasons, but one specific one that I'm thinking of right now is because you say how much you appreciate me. You physically show, your hugs, and, you grab my hand whenever you want. You don't wait for me to grab your hand. Just simple things like that. You show your appreciation for me, and you deserve to know how much I love you, because you are deserving of it. You're special, you're unique, and I love you. God literally tells me that you're it, so you deserve it. I love you.
Elijah and Kayla are a great match for each other. It was fascinating to hear the perceived voids that each of them felt were filled by one another. Everyone has a past. Everyone has had experiences which may give them reason for pause, whether to doubt themselves or to be a little cynical about others from time to time. Both Elijah and Kayla have similarities in their personalities, but different strengths. Elijah is very much an introvert and an observer. You can see the wheels turning before he speaks, grafting thoughts together while also rehearsing how it should sound before it comes out. Typical introvert behavior. It's important to note that because of this process, his communication is concise and meaningful. There isn't a lot of fluff or flowery language. He says what he means. It's refreshing in a way because he can be depended upon to be reliable in his delivery. It seems Kayla is very self-aware and intentional about her words and about her actions. At the same time, she's not afraid to make a case for her position. She's outspoken when she needs to be, but thoughtful about it. She's confident in her delivery. Together, Elijah and Kayla share some overlap in their communication styles, but Kayla can easily run the show if she really wanted to. She wouldn't do that though, because she's mindful of the wheels turning in Elijah's head, and she makes room for him, understanding his communication style and empowering him to take his place at the table. These two have an understanding of one another, and it just works. They both have their own strengths, but instead of running away with it, they thoughtfully empower one another and choose to move forward as a unit. The very essence of partnership is ingrained in their communications. I have a good feeling that these two will do just fine together. Elijah and Kayla's responses to my question about what they appreciate about how they receive love from each other was directly related to how their personalities complement one another. Kayla described her appreciation of rarely seen behavior by Elijah. He's quiet and reserved by nature, so she finds herself relishing the moments when Elijah is seemingly unhinged in his happy place, singing and dancing like no one is watching. She adores him in this state because it's a window into his mind and his heart that is not often on display. And when she can sing and dance alongside him, it becomes apparent why these moments are so meaningful to her. This is a direct indication that he trusts her and wants her to share his most vulnerable moments. Elijah describes his appreciation of Kayla for how thoughtful and considerate she is. He said that she thinks of him and them together as a couple before she thinks of herself. This is that intentional self-awareness Kayla has that I talked about only a few moments ago. Elijah appreciates that she is constantly considering both what he says and what he does not say. Kayla understands that there may not always be well thought out descriptions of what is on his mind, even when he's expressing himself verbally. She loves him by seeking him out and making space for him to join her. It really is incredible how two people with different communication styles can work so well together, each of them thriving while still being who they are, not compromising their natural way of being, but instead learning and being considerate of each other's native communication styles. Elijah and Kayla, I really enjoyed our time together, and I'm happy to see such a brilliant young couple dedicating so much to a loving relationship, walking next to one another, making room for each other, and celebrating each other's differences. Thank you for sharing your story and your smiles. It's encouraging to see love work so well and to be able to document these moments, especially your genuine expressions. They really are priceless. To our viewers, thank you for watching. Your viewership is important to the success of this channel. So if you enjoyed Elijah and Kayla's interview, give this video a thumbs up, and you can follow the Shared Heart Experiment on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter to stay up to date on the newest episodes. Feel free to check out any of my other videos where I walk up to random strangers in public places and ask them intimate questions about their lives. Consider supporting the channel by clicking the link in the description below. There you can shop at my online apparel store, StylylifeDesigns.com. You'll find t-shirts, hats, and hoodies with positive and uplifting themes to complement your lifestyle. When you shop, know that a portion of the proceeds from anything you buy will help contribute to the creation of more positive content just like this. Real people, real life, and real love. Until next time, I've been Kevin with the Shared Heart Experiment. Be good to each other. Thanks for watching.